Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's what are they keeping secret from you? Now, as always, it's going to be a deeper dive, an extended reading to all of this, a video reading. And this time that is going to go into the guidance for you in this situation that you find yourself in right now, while the secret's still there, because you might notice some change in behavior. I go into that in these video reads here. They're changing behavior at the moment. And guidance for you when this secret comes out, possible timelines for that as well, and also guidance for you in this relationship as well, ongoing after that. And so very interesting readings this time. So if you're interested in that extended version, toward the end of each reading there'll be a link that pops up there. There's also a link in the description box below and in the comments below as well, where you can also find your fast forward links as well to these readings. So all you need to do now is take a pick. Which one do you want? Crystal ball, the flower, or the shell. You take your pick right now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there and click that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me, and enjoy your reading. I will see you in it. If you chose the crystal, this one is for you. Let's find out what their secret is and all about it. Now, as always, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended video reading that goes along with this. If you feels like it is your story, sounds like it is your story, it could be your story, you might want to get that, because I'm going to go into guidance for you in that. So it's extended, more information about it, and guidance for you especially of what to do in this situation and how to deal with it. More information. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading there'll be a link that pops up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments box as well. You'll have to put up with me pouring with sweat because it is so hot right now in here, but what can I do? It's never cool anymore, so I've just got to work through it. And so you're gonna see me like I've been in a swimming pool. So let's see, what is their secret? Let's find out. The creation of light. So they are struggling with something at the moment that they're trying to make lighter, and they don't want to tell you about it. So something is difficult for them at the moment, but they don't want to admit to you that it's difficult for some reason. Let's find out more. Immortality. It's something that has been bothering them for some time. And the gift of connection. So it is about other people. So yeah, they've got a secret. Something's bothering them. It's about other people. They want it to get lighter. Maybe they want to tell you about it once it's got lighter, so once they've resolved it in some way. But until they do, they're not wanting to tell you a thing about it at all. So it's like they don't want to broach the subject in the slightest. They don't want to approach it whatsoever with you. So it's almost like they're protecting you from something which is hard for them, something that's tricky for them in their life, and that it feels to me like they're hoping for it to get better. It's got majesty. They are really respecting you, and they think a lot of you, right? And so this is why they're doing it. It's almost like they don't feel good enough for you, and they're putting you on this throne kind of thing, on a pedestal, and they don't want you to know about this thing that's hard for them, because it makes them feel like they are admitting that they're not worthy of you in a way. It is to do with other people, connection. It's connections that they have. It's about someone else. Let's find out more. Let's find out with the tarot. Okay, so tell us more about this secret. The secret that Crystal's person has got. Tell us more about this secret that Crystal's person has got. The Four of Swords is something that they need to put right, need to heal from. So it is a struggle. It's a struggle for them. Whatever situation it is, it's a struggle for them. Now this could be like they've got a child that they haven't told you about, and they're struggling with dealing with the mother or the father of that child. Well, it's likely to be the mother of that child if they haven't told you about it, because if it was the mother of the child, I think they would you'd know about it, you know. But it's something like that. It's something that is really hard for them to deal with, and they're having to heal from it too. So there's a lot involved in this. It's about how they're feeling about themselves as well. It's something from the past, something from the past that they're reminiscing on. So they've either signed a contract or they've entered into something with someone that is binding them in some way, is what it feels like. Has repercussions now. They regret it, and they're trying to protect you from that thing while they try and sort it out, while they try and make it lighter, and then I guess they'd tell you about it. 8 of Wands, this is the communication. Death and rebirth, so something needs to change for that communication to come in. They're just, I don't know, there's a lot of wishful thinking that I'm picking up on here, of them hoping that this thing is going to get better, lighter, before they tell you. I just wonder though, when, at what point, you know, are they going to feel comfortable to tell you about it? So tell us about this 4 of Swords. Why the 4 of Swords? Yeah, it's when they change their mind about it. So they need to heal themselves enough to change their mind about it. In other words, they need to sort it out within themselves enough, maybe come to terms with it in themselves enough that they feel good enough for you. It's that self-esteem thing. Yeah, it feels like their self-esteem is riding on this. And when they heal it to a certain point within themselves, when they've changed their mind about it, about what it makes it, what it's meaning about them, it's almost like they've got something that they're ashamed of, and they still need sorting out, and they want to sort it out first. Let's find what's behind that. So they need to heal themselves. So it's just the way that they're seeing it more than anything. It doesn't feel like it's an external thing that they need to sort out, as in a house that they need to sell or something like that. It doesn't feel like that at all. It doesn't feel like something that they can action. It feels like something that they've got to make lighter within themselves, change their mind about. Psychic development, and whether they're doing the right thing in this at all. So things are very up in the air here. So that's why they need to change their mind about it. They're not even sure. Okay, it's something from the past. Tell us more about this, because this 6 of Cups is the reminiscing thing. Something from the past. Tell us why this 6 of Cups is here. 2 of Inspiration, a choice that they made, some action that they took in the past. So like I said, it could be a child, or another choice that they made in the past. Maybe they're not giving themselves permission to let it go, to let that choice go, to change their mind. It says it's all good here. So there was something good about that decision that they made. So they made it. It was a conscious decision that they made in the past, and that might be why they are struggling to let it go or make it lighter. So your person could be someone that's got high integrity and wants to do the right thing by people, and they made a good choice in the past, but because they made that choice in the past, they're struggling with letting it go within themselves. 8 of Wands. So this is the communication coming in. What is this 8 of Wands about? Is this communication to crystals, or is this communication from someone else? The 8 of Wands can also be like a target, a goal that they've got. The bound. That, yeah, I was feeling this anyway. It doesn't surprise me that this card has come out, but the Ace of Materials. So they're bound by something, and it's stopping them from communicating to you a big offer. So they're holding back on that. So you might have wanted your person to give you an offer, whether that is to be in a relationship, start the relationship, or take the relationship to the next level. And they seem to be holding back on that, and it hasn't made much sense to you, this big offer. And it's because they're still bound to something in the past. So they do seem to have this goal of freeing themselves and making you a big offer here. But things need to change first. So this is saying to me that there's a delay. There's a delay going on here until they sort this thing out. This thing, I wanted clarity on what this thing is. But hopefully you're going to be able to apply it to your situation or imagine what it could be, because I don't think they've told you at all. There's growth and feminine energy behind that, so it could be a feminine. It could be a group of people, but they need to grow first from that. Or it's about a child, and they need that child to grow. It could be about a daughter, and they're waiting for that daughter to get older first. It's something like that. Anyway, death and rebirth. What's this death and rebirth? So they're kind of wanting something to end first so they can move forward, so they can race forward with you. So something needs to end. There's this target, there's this goal, this set off point. So at first I was thinking they just needed to feel better, and that concerned me, because I thought, when will the cutoff point be then? When is the time that they're going to tell you about this? Because you know how it is based on feelings. We can always be happier, right? So it's like, oh, when I'm happy, I'll tell them. We never quite get there, would we? Sometimes you need something definite, something concrete. Well, when this happens or when this date is reached, then I will say. And I think they've actually got that with this, because it's when something ends is when they can have this rebirth. So I don't know, this could be like a marriage to someone else, or they've got a child with someone else, or signed a contract or something like that. They seem to be locked in. You've got the community card out twice there, the other people, so it's to do with other people. Tell us what's behind this then. So something needs to end in order for them to be able to be like set free to take things to the next level with you. Retreat. So at the moment they're hiding. That's what this is saying. So right now they're hiding, because it's almost like you guys have got to this point where you're like, fast forward, and it's like, what's your problem then? And they won't tell you, because they want that problem to change first. So they're retreating. They're like hiding from you, not replying to your messages, something like that. Or it could be any kind of behavior like that, but they're really retreating. They're trying to dodge you at the moment so that they don't have to deal with this. Tell us more about this. What is this secret that they've got? Tell us more about this secret that they've got. This could be the one. Wow. So yeah, they are serious with you. Pretty certain that you're the one. You're the one for them, crystals. So that this is telling me that they are making an effort to sort this thing out, but it does seem like a matter of timing to me. Let's ask for some more clarity on this. The energy is gaining momentum, so things could be moving with respect to sorting this out. There's more. Tell us more for crystals. What is this secret about? Purpose and virtue. Like I said, I was getting that your person has got a lot of integrity, virtuous kind of thing. They want to do the right thing by everyone. And so, purpose. They have got purpose though. I mean, you're the target here. A big offer to you. They're just bound and they can't do it at the moment. Bound by something. Tell us more about it. The secret. Abundance. They're keeping a positive mindset though. They're trying to be happy. Trying to keep things on an even keel. They're probably trying to keep you in kind of a holding pattern at the moment. Is that what they're doing? Stopping you from moving away, but not approaching anymore towards you. Could be something about abundance as well, lad. I wasn't really feeling that. For some, it'll be about a money thing. Money could be involved. I don't think it's the primary reason. I'm not getting that it's the primary reason, that it's about money. So let's find out more about this. Tell us about this secret that Crystal's person's got. Into me I see. Oh, this is it. Okay, so they want to be 100% honest with you, and this is why it's causing them to hold back, to retreat, because they want to be an open book with you, and right now they can't. Not until they feel better about it. Because if they're to get into a relationship with you now and be intimate with you, then you would see all, and then they're not even happy with themselves in this situation right now. Like I said, I'm picking up this shame about this, the feeling shame about it. So you can't be intimate with someone when you feel bad about yourself, right? Because then you're opening yourself up to judgment, and that's what they feel. And they're putting you on this pedestal here with this Majesty card, and they don't feel good enough for you until this is sorted out. So they're kind of waiting for that intimacy, because they're knowing that you're the one here, so they want to start this properly. They're having to delay it. Tell us more about this secret. Empowerment. Not feeling like they're in power. So when you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. So they are wanting to kind of raise up to your level and be your equal and your match. They don't quite feel that way at the moment, and they're pinning it on this one particular thing that I think is causing them a lot of shame. They need to heal that within themselves, that shame, and change their mind about it, and about that choice that they made in the past, what that is tying them down and stopping them from giving you a big offer here. It's a mixture of an actual bind, something that is holding them back, to do with someone else, possibly a child involved in that, or children involved in that. But it was a good choice that they made, at the time, it was a good choice that they made. And because there's such a, they've got so much integrity, it makes it difficult for them to pull away from that in order to give you the big offer that they want to give you. And so energy is gaining momentum toward that ending, but they're having to pull away from you at the moment and retreat, because they're just not willing to get into this relationship and not be 100% authentic with you. They want that. They want to be 100% authentic with you. Tell us more about this. Tell us more about this secret. Too many. Tell us more about this secret. Activating the third eye. So they do see a lot of growth with you, which is why they want to be come into this with an integrity. So they want to hold off until they're completely ready, because they see this as the big one, you know. It feels to me like you might be a little bit spiritually or emotionally ahead of them here, and they're playing a little bit of catch up. You know what it's like. If you're just kind of dating people and there's no one really impressing you that much, you can be in light relationships and they don't really get you to step up. You don't expect a lot from yourself when you're in certain relationships. That's what I'm saying. Now with you, it's different. They expect a lot of themselves with you, and so you're getting them to step up in a way, which is why they're stepping back until they're ready. So they're willing to see beyond their beliefs, ideas, and conclusions. They don't want to rush into this because it means so much for them. What else can I get out here? I'm going to get some of these out. Okay, tell us more about this secret. Bardo, in between worlds. What's that one? Oh, nice. So the Bardo, they're in between worlds at the moment. In a transition phase right now. And they're seeing you as this gem here. So they like with that Eight of Wands, they are focused on you. They're very much focused on you. So it could be really frustrating for you. You're probably feeling that they're focused on you, but they're not actually moving towards you. Tell us more. There's the throne again. Bird perch, waiting for news, package or letter. So they're waiting for something, this death thing to happen, this thing to end, whatever's tying them down there. A throne here. Now this could be about how they're seeing you, because I was getting that strongly before with that Majesty card, that they really think highly of you. Position of authority, though, that it could be about something that they have too. They're in a position of authority. Father, I was getting that it could be about children here, but it could be that they've got authority, or they need to take care of someone in particular, or a few people. It could be the shame thing again. You know what? It could be that they got someone pregnant that they didn't want to be with, and they're still having to take care of that. And it could be money involved in that too. For some of you, I don't know. I think it's going to be different things, but anyway, they're persevering to overcome these problems. They're going to do it. It's just a matter of time. So we'll go into the timing in that deeper dive as well. So there you have it. That's what the secret is. Not very concrete because it's secret, and they're kind of keeping it secret from me as well. It could be a few things with this energy, but it's causing a lot of shame in them. And so they do need it to get lighter first. Something that has been around for a long time in their life to do with other people. Okay, there you have it. So if that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, you might want to get that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up here. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments as well. Make sure you get your email address right, because it's an instant download of a video, and so it might end up in your inbox, but it also might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder if you're on Gmail. So check in those places first before you go emailing me saying you don't have it. And yeah, some people are having trouble. Just try playing it, and so just try on a different device. It does take quite a while. It's a video file. Video files are big, so it takes quite a while for some people to download it. It just depends on your internet and how fast it is. People are saying that they're huge files, but it's not for me. It just depends how old your equipment is, I guess. And so persist. It might take a while to download it, but thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video. Click that subscribe button along with that notification bell. And good luck with this relationship. If I don't see you in the extended, then good luck with it, and I will see you next time. Bye. So if you chose the flower, let's find out what the secret is. What are they keeping secret from you? Now, as always, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this reading. That is an extended video reading that goes along with this. So if you find that it is your story, or could be your story, you might want to get that. In that extended reading, I'm going to go more into detail, especially around timelines, and also about guidance for you in this situation you find yourself in right now, guidance for you in this relationship probably as well, and around the timing of it too as well. Timing of the changes. So let's find out, what are they keeping secret from you? This is interesting. Tea ceremony. Now the tea ceremony is about being very conscious of something, self-conscious of something, self-conscious of something. This could also be about some kind of a role that they've got. It could be a spiritual kind of role, or some kind of a gift that they've got, a spiritual gift that they've got that they're not telling you about. Something that they're conscious of. It's spiritual in nature, and they haven't told you about it. They might not have told anyone about it, in fact. Let's find out more. It's intriguing. Tell us about this secret. Flowers person. Threshold. They're going to tell you about it. They want to tell you about it. They want to tell you about it. In other words, they want to tell you about it, not anyone else. So there's something about you that they trust you, and they want to tell you about this thing. They're on the threshold of it. They're thinking about it. They're like, should I go through that door or not? Shall I expose this to my flowers or not? Let's find out more about it. Some kind of a spiritual gift that they've got, or some kind of Spiritual responsibility they feel like they have. Maybe it's the result of a gift, or it's just something that they're conscious of. How intriguing. Tell us about this. That was going really curly. Three of Cups. Could be about a reunion here. Now, if they do have some kind of a spiritual role, it could be that there's going to be some kind of a reunion there. Not like a romantic relationship reunion, like a meeting up with other people around that religious thing or that spiritual thing. Eight of Cups as well. Leaving it behind. Oh, they want to leave it behind. They might want to leave that behind. It could be some spiritual thing that they were into. They want to leave it behind now. Maybe when this reunion comes in, they might want to back off from it. I don't know. King of Cups. A lot of feeling about it here. Confused feelings about it. Feelings either way about it, you know? Have you ever been into something? I don't know, maybe tarot. Like, I used to watch a lot of tarot readings, and then there was a certain point that I decided not to. Like, I still do them. I like delivering my guidance that way, but personally for myself, I hardly watch them anymore. And they've got the energy like that. At that point where I was deciding not to watch them anymore, that they weren't useful for me. It's not that I hate tarot readings, of course I don't, I really love them, but it wasn't useful to me anymore. So there's mixed feelings. You know, it's like the balance tips, and you get to a certain point where you might leave something behind. So it could be that there's going to be a reunion or something happening, some kind of a gathering to do with this gift that they've got or role that they've got, this spiritual thing. They're emotional about whether to leave it behind or not. So it could be like somebody, your person could have found a spiritual group of people, say, and allied themselves with that, doing a particular thing or interested in a particular subject together. It could be a religion, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be an interest group around something in particular. And yeah, wanting to leave it behind now, but they want to tell you about it. The Three of Wands, waiting for the perfect moment for a new beginning here. Let's get some clarity on that, on all of these, in fact. So tell us about this. Tell us what this Three of Cups is. What is this reunion? It's something that's coming back into their lives. They're kind of manifesting it coming back into their lives. That's interesting. So it's almost like they want this reunion thing. They want the meetup or those people to come back into their lives with you on the scene as a gateway, as a threshold to telling you about that. So they are actually trying to manifest, not a blow up with this, but for it to come to the front or come out in plain sight so that they can deal with it. So it's not just like bringing it up randomly. Oh, by the way, I used to do this thing. It's almost like they're waiting on someone to contact them so that they can tell you about it. It's not something that they divulge to a lot of people. And so they are trying to manifest this easy way. It's not anything terrible, this secret, at all. So it sounds almost wrong to say an easy way to tell you, because that sounds like it's something terrible, and it's not. It's just something quirky about them. You know, this is probably like the reading from me years ago when I wasn't upfront about my gift. And I wouldn't necessarily tell someone in a relationship, or I would deliberate when to tell them in a relationship. And I might want, you know, someone to call me up for a reading or whatever, and then answer the phone just to make it easy to broach that subject. It's just something like that. It's not biggie. This, in fact, it could be very intriguing. What's behind this? But they are trying to manifest like something like that. Someone calling them so that they can end it. Why do they want to get you involved in it? Now this is different now. This has just changed everything, because it's almost like they want to use you. Maybe use is too harsh a word, but they want to use you to help them to get out of it. Almost like when they get in touch with them, whoever it is, that they will say, well, I'm with Flower now and we're into tarot readings. Something like that, you know? It's something like that. Yes, it could be something that's kind of contrary to what you're into and what they're into. It could be that. It could be that. So it could be, say you're into tarot, like, so this is an example. You're into tarot, you're watching this, right? So you're into tarot, and they are part of a religion or some kind of a group where we're all evil, apparently. Some people think that tarot is evil. And yeah, and so they could be wanting this to come out, manifesting some kind of them getting in touch, someone to do with that getting in touch, so that it coming out with you there gives them an excuse to end it and to walk away like this. The Eight of Cups walking away from it. So they might just feel bad to get in touch with these people and say, I don't want to be part of this anymore. You know, because there's no specific like big reason for them to do that, but it is still something that they want to walk away from. Been watching, paying attention. Maybe they don't like the way, you know what it's like, we get into something and then like I used to be big into the law of attraction, and then I see the pitfalls of it. It's like there's pitfalls of everything, right? And we go through these different stages of different spiritual awakenings, and then we have to leave it behind. Like I see the law of attraction stuff is very, very early on in the spiritual awakening process. It's not the be all and end all. There's a hell of a lot of healing stuff and empowerment and all kinds of things to do after that stage, but it is kind of a nice fanciful stage that you go through where you're kind of learning that the universe is there for you, and it's a bit more magical than you thought. But if you take it too far into that and you don't go on beyond that and do your shadow work and your healing work and your empowerment and all of that, yeah, it can be detrimental. So most people will shift through that, you know, at some point anyway, and start seeing that there's something beyond it anyway. And it's what it feels like to me here is that the seeing beyond this thing, I don't know, they could have been in a cult, but it doesn't really feel like that to me. Like, I wouldn't call people that are into tarot a cult, but we are kind of a community, aren't we? So somewhat stripping illusions. So yeah, they had some illusions that it was a be all and end all, whatever it was that they were involved in, and now they're realizing, they're seeing the details of it, and they're like, it's probably, you know, it's probably something that's happened over a long period of time. They're not using you to get out of it, but they kind of are as well, because their kind of decision to walk away from it or to move away from it has been coming for a long time, as they've been noticing the details about it. But it has them emotional because it's a group, you know, it has them emotional because it's their tribe. And it's always emotional when we move on from stuff like that, right? Why King of Cups? Slowly moving out of it, you see? But justice, they need something that's more true to themselves. I do feel like whatever this is as well, you're not a good fit with it. I know there could be like being into Scientology or something like that. And it has them emotional, moving away from that. And they're slowly moving away from that to try and buffer that, the loss that they're going to feel from it. Discernment, choosing wisely as well. There could be some ramifications in that. I don't pick that up for a lot of people, but they're being discerning about it. This isn't someone that's acting like impulsively at all. So the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands, waiting for the perfect time to start something new. Ooh. Like a new adventure. And leave it behind. Leave like the old stuff behind. Four of Emotions, it's like the new offers on the table kind of thing, and that could include you. But they need to leave this old thing behind. I'm just wondering whether you actually know about this thing. What's the secret here? Maybe the secret here is that they're going to leave it behind. Or they're thinking of leaving it behind. Tell us what's behind this. Honoring your energy. Oh, for some of you, this is a spiritual thing that doesn't honor your energy. So for example, this could be a some kind of a sect or religious thing, or some kind of a doctrine that doesn't respect women, maybe, or doesn't respect, like I was saying, you could be into tarot readings and their thing doesn't respect that, and they're honoring your energy. It's almost like you're helping them out of this thing. Yeah, and in many ways, but they want to honor your energy and your beliefs. This could be you've got different. It'd be very interesting if the religious beliefs thing came out of this now. If you've got different beliefs to them, and they're kind of realizing how their belief structure of something that they've been involved with is anti-you kind of thing in your beliefs. Heart-to-heart conversations. They want to discuss it with you. They want to get clarity before they do that, though, of how they stand on it. Yeah, so you could be from different religions or different spiritual beliefs there, and there's, some of these religious beliefs are more for judgmental than others, right? And so theirs might be a bit more judgmental than yours, and they're realizing because of you that their religion or whatever it is, a philosophy, is actually judgmental of yours, and they don't get that because they love your energy, and so you're a stepping stone out of that to move away from that. They've just grown beyond it. That's what it is. They're grown beyond something, and it's kind of secret. Why is it secret? I guess because they're having to process it themselves first. It's a big change, because if they were just to do it impulsively, everyone that knows them, that's into this, would say that you, Flower, have got them wrapped around their little finger, and that they're being swayed by that, and that we don't want that to happen, right? We want it to be a conscious choice, which is also good from the first place. Is this tea ceremony? It's like a very conscious decision that they need to make here. They don't want the past to hold them back, and so there is something about this that is contentious in your relationship, so you might know about it already, but yeah, they don't want this to hold them back with regards to you and with regards to other things as well. So it's almost like that they are graduating from a particular spiritual doctrine kind of thing, like the law of attraction. It could be something like that. They're just heavily into the law of attraction, or yeah, something like that. They're grateful for it though. And grateful for you as well, of showing them a different way to look at it. Challenging their belief structure and things like that. You might have done that. Although it feels to me, I don't know how long you've been in their lives, but it feels to me like this has been coming for a long time. Knight of Materials there. Them, moving away from this for some time. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. So there could be this, an interrogation, a lot of questions from these people. A lot of questions from you as well. That's probably why it's secret. They're keeping it secret at the moment because they need to really get it straight in their head first, of their stance on all of this before they talk to you, before they talk to them about it too. And the decision, they need to make a clear decision. That's what their discernment is. Need to make a clear decision about it so that they can back it up with their stance on things now, which is probably midway between these old people, this old doctrine, and the way that you are believing too. Tell us more about this secret. Bearing fruit. It's good. I was just picking up from what I just said there, is that you could be not like creating a hybrid religion, but your beliefs together and you finding the truth that you share could bear fruit. I mean, it might be beneficial for both of you. They've got something to teach you, you've got something to teach them, and together, if you meld those beliefs and decide between you what beliefs are shared, it could be very powerful, you know, very powerful stance that you both have on what you believe. I like it. Tell us more about this secret. Self-acceptance. It's helped them. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. But this self-acceptance, whatever it's been, it's helped them. It has helped them to get where they are now. Just as you've had a path through different kind of spiritual teachings, in and out of different stuff, you know, we all do that. It's like awakening is many awakenings to different things along the way. And it's helped them with the self-acceptance. Book's crawling over me. What else? What else? What else? Let's get one of these out. Dispelling sadness. Yeah, they're sad about it. That's what this is, King of Cups. They're sad about it. They're sad about moving away from this. And it's the tribe thing. It's, you know, I'll feel better once I get the rest I need. So they're not feeling good about it at the moment. They're sad about it. They're in their emotions about it. Tell us more about this secret. The Judge. Yes, there might be someone to, that's what this card said, an interrogation. They might be interrogated about this. So it could be something that they're formally committed to, like a religion that they're formally committed to in some kind of a ceremony. Anyway, these people are going to ask questions of them as they remove themselves from it. Ooh. And there's judgment. That's what I was getting before. There's judgment, right? So some people are going to be nasty about it. There's judgment around it. Now that shows that it's a lower vibration point of view, or you know, the lower vibration ones, they have a lot of judgment about them, right? And so not accepting. And that's what I was getting, is that theirs could, this old thing that they're in is got some kind of a judgment about you, and that's what's kind of opened their eyes. So it could be very tricky. It could be very tricky because of you and what you're into. And so they're going to get a lot of flack for it because of that. So no wonder they're keeping it secret, first of all, and no wonder they need to get it real straight in their head before they do this. They walk away from this, because there's going to be a lot of questions, and there's going to be hatred toward them and you. Romance is in there. Well, that's nice. They've got a good reason to do this, because they want to be in a serious relationship with you here, by the looks of it. A light-hearted, carefree time is what they're finding with you in this romance. It's not as heavy. So this judgment could have been weighing very heavy on them. There was obviously a lot. They've got a lot of self-acceptance, and they've got benefits from what it is that they've been in, but now they're noticing more and more the negative parts of it, especially because you've come on the scene. And yeah, the fundamentalists in whatever it is that they've been involved with will be judging you. So they're having this romantic time with you, light-hearted, carefree time, higher vibration time, and it's highlighted the lower vibration things in what it is that they've been into. Sounds great to me. Wheel. Indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. So they had noticed this stuff before, but they were very slow about getting themselves out of it. And yeah, they were just allowing themselves to ramble aimlessly within it. They had no good reason to. You've given them good reason to. It's interesting this now we've got all that information about it, that they want to manifest like someone kind of bringing this up so that they can put it to death. It's almost like they want that reunion to happen for them to see you, and for that to cause the blow up, or for them, to be forced into revealing it, that they're leaving behind whatever it is. How very interesting. So there you go, that's it. Now, I don't think all of that will have been secret to you. I think the secret part of it, they might not have told you everything about it, right? So if that sounds like it is your situation, or could be your situation, you might want to get that deeper dive, that extended reading from this, for some guidance for you through this situation as well. You might need some guidance, especially around these people too, to handle them. Yeah, because that could be very triggering for you, these judgmental types. And also guidance for you in this relationship as well. We'll get some possible timelines and all of this happening as well, this reunion, or this whatever it is, this coming together, and how to handle that too. Yeah, we'll do all of that in that extended. So if you want that, I'll put a link for it up there. Just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments as well. It's an extended video reading, quite a little big file. You'll get it's an automatic download, so you'll get an email. Do make sure you get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. And it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. If you're on Gmail, you've got a promotions folder. You'll find a lot of emails that you're missing in there, by the way. And yeah, it's quite a big file, so do give it some time to download. Try it on a different device if you're struggling with it. Get in touch with me if all else fails. So there you go. So if you're not joining me in the extended, thank you so much for watching. Thanks, even if you're joining me in the extended, for watching. And don't forget to click like on this video. It really helps my channel out. Leave a comment and click that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. If I'm not seeing you in the extended, thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you chose the shell, then this one's for you. Let's find out what their secret is. What are they keeping secret from you? Now, as always, shells, it's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading, an extended video reading that goes with this. If you find it is your story or could be your story, you might want to get that. Toward the end of the reading, there'll be a link that pops up there, and also one in the description box and in the comments as well. And that's going to go more into guidance. So I'm going to go into what their secret is and all about it. And then in the extended, I'm going to go into guidance for you in this situation right now, guidance for you in this relationship as well, timelines of how this might change, or whatever the secret's going to come out, and what goes on in there. There might be several stages to it. Go into the timelines there, and also guidance for you when that happens, when the secret comes out. What else? That's about it. Lots of guidance for you in that extended. So if you're interested in that, book in for it, and I'll see you there. So let's see. What have we got here? What is the secret? Empowerment. Well, this could be anything. So they need to empower themselves, going to empower themselves, going to stand up for themselves. This could be like a secret that they've decided to quit the job and do something completely different, or something like that. Could be quite shocking to you, but it's an empowered stance on their behalf. Could be quite shocking to you is what I'm hearing. Or they could be standing up to the family or something like that, but it's something that they've been complicit in, and then they're going to empower themselves and almost do an about turn on something. Could be shocking to you. It might not be shocking to you. You might fully expect it. You might have wondered why the hell they were doing what they were doing anyway. Seeker, so they're seeking their own truth. Do you know what I mean? It's like your partner's a doctor, all the family are doctors, but you know that they hate it really, and it's not really lighting them up. And they're not sure what, or you're not sure, or they're not sure, you're both not sure what their passion is, but you just know that they could be happier in something else. So it's time for them to seek it. Yeah, so this is kind of good, depending on your stance on it, of course. This could be kind of, some people go through this kind of a process, which is a really good one, to find themselves and get on track with a life purpose. And other people will judge them for it, going, you're going through a midlife crisis, just carry on doing what you're doing, you know? That's not helpful, right? It's actually very brave what they're doing and courageous to empower themselves, stand up for what's right for them, and question what's right for them in their lives. So it could be a kind of a blow up. You could be one of the ones that are judging them in that because they're rocking the boat. So this could be a partner that you have been with for some time, and you thought you knew them and they were stable, and they do your head in like this. It's going to cause some chaos and conflict. It's going to throw things up in the air, maybe financially, maybe, yeah, it is. It's like they're making an empowering decision to do something completely different, and it's going to affect you when they do that. A new decision, a new adventure. Going to take different action. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect where you live. It's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect how you see them as a person, maybe. Like I said, you might have already be aware, but still, even if you're already aware, say if your partner's in a steady job or whatever, and you know they've got that security in that, even though you know it's right for them on like a soul level and for their spirit and for their heart and all of that, it still could be confronting to you. It's like, oh hell, what's going on now? It rocks the boat. They're about to rock the boat. They're about to make some new choices, and there could be confusion in that for you and for them. It could be that they just want to quit the job and they haven't found that, to quit the job to seek something new instead of quitting the job because they already know what they want to do. That could be very confronting to you too. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out of something, that's why. And so something's been building in them. For some time, it feels like they felt left out of things. Maybe you are pursuing your dreams and doing what it is that you love, or pursuing that, or learning and things like that. They're feeling left out of it. They want to do that now. I know this could be a situation where they've kind of provided the security for you so that you've been able to do that, to seek your stuff, and they feel left out and they want to do that now. Which in turn you might have got used to the security of them being very stable, and yeah, it could be quite triggering this. So chaos and confusion coming out of it, the Five of Swords. They're confused. There's a lot of confusion in this. They're awakening to something. All the stability. They're emotional about it. Muse of emotions, muse of materials behind this, emotional about the stability. It's not easy for them either to give up the stability. It never is, but they need to awaken. They're going through a spiritual awakening. That's what they're keeping secret. They're going through a spiritual awakening, and it's doing the head in, and they're like, oh God, I'm going to have to make this. You know, when you're going through a spiritual awakening, you're going to have to make a big about turn, a big change, and you just know that you have to do it. Otherwise, you're not living your truth. You're kind of ignoring your soul and your spirit's callings. You can't ignore it anymore. They're going to tell you. It's what it feels like. So good that you're watching this to get prepared for it. What's behind this? So they could have felt to you bored or kind of antsy, or they could have started reacting to what it is that they're doing, complaining more about the work or something like that. There could have been some discontent that's been shown. Ancient wisdom and joy has come out from that. So of course the universe is provoking them to find their joy and to seek their path. It's an awakening. But it's one that requires a new decision from them to do something different. And that's where the rocking the boat comes in. The stability isn't easy for them either. It could be time for you to step up. I'll go into that in the deeper dive, but it could be time for you to step up to provide that same stability for them if they've been doing that for you. This kind of reminds me of an ex that I had. He was stable for me while I was finding myself, and he was kind of not providing all of the income, but most of it. And then the tables turned. Then I was in my business more stable in that with the income, and then he he could quit his job and focus on what he wanted to do too. It could be that, you know. So Two of Wands. So a new decision being made. They're going to have to be strong, and it's so unknown. So they don't know what it is that they want to do. And here's the triggering part of it. Why are you quitting your job? I don't know. They've got to seek. They've got to go on a new path, and that's going to be very triggering maybe to you. They need to be strong in that to make that decision, right? It's a courageous decision to make. It's what I did. I didn't know what I wanted to do. When I quit I knew I had to quit my corporate job when I was 30. I didn't know what I wanted to do though. That triggered a lot of people. Like, don't you think you better wait until you got a new job to quit? And I'm like, no, I know that I need to just go on that path. And I did charity work first of all, like self-funded charity work in Uganda, and that led me to doing some stuff in Germany too and learning something. Then I moved to Australia, started this business, which was originally Byron by Neurotherapy, and did the neurotherapy because I wanted to do that. I wanted to have a private healing practice long before that, when I was in corporate. And yeah, it kind of evolved from there. And so each step of the way, I just had to go on that journey, and I'm picking up that that's what your person has to do too. It's almost like if your person didn't kind of travel when they were young adult to find themselves, to try a lot of different things out and to find their right place kind of thing, it could be that they need to do that now, go through that stage of seeking. There's a lot of unknown about this, and that could be very triggering to you and a lot of other people too. And to them. Anger, an inner journey. So they're having to find that courage to do this in the first place. It's a big decision. And anger behind that too. They could have got to the point where they're starting to resent and be angry about providing the stability, or people wanting them to keep on being that stable one, because they see it benefiting everyone around them and it's not benefiting them and their spirit and their heart and their joy. So that could be the tripping point. And it's important to listen to that. Like I say, negative emotions aren't bad. They're guidance. They're very important guidance, in fact. We need to feel it. So when anger and resentment comes up, it's a strong message saying that we need to change something. They're listening to that now. They're not just pushing it down. They're letting it spur them on to in a journey here, which is causing them to make this courageous decision to quit something. And it feels like the work to me. It could even be the relationship. For some, it could be the relationship too, to find themselves. Now that is going to be triggering. Needing a time out, needing to go away and find themselves. Time out from the relationship. A pause kind of thing. That could be very triggering. What is this? So lots of choices, lots of options are open to them here. Seven of Cups. When they make a decision, they're going to march forward on that, the Eight of Inspiration. When they've made a decision, it's going to happen really fast. Yeah, it's going to happen really fast once they've made that decision. And it might seem like a whirlwind to you because of it, but it's not fast at all. They've been going through this for ages, just internally. It's going to reach a tipping point where they can't ignore the negative feelings that it's causing them anymore. And that could be the first time that you know about it. Of course, I'm talking about a secret here, aren't I? So they're keeping it secret from you. Integration. They want to take you with them. They want to integrate this. They don't want it to be the end of stuff. They don't want it to trigger other people. They want to be included. I can feel that. They want to be included. It's like they've been the stable one for everyone. Everyone else being able to pursue, having the freedom to pursue what they want to pursue. They want to be included. They want to. So once they've made this decision, it's going to be, I'm doing this. And if you're not supportive in that, they're going to be doing it anyway. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out. They do. I feel that for some of them, they've been like maybe the main breadwinner, being very stable, Well, and just, providing the framework for everyone else, maybe you, kids, the kids or whatever, the family, to seek what they want to do. Meanwhile, they've not been able to do that. Five of Pentacles, feeling left out. And so if the reactions to them making this decision are negative, if you're all saying, no, you need to stay where you are, you don't matter, that's how they're going to take it. You don't matter. What you want doesn't matter. Two emotions. I need another card out. Tell me more. Two emotions is a big love offer. Feeling left out, a big love offer. Yeah, so if you aren't supportive of them, in this, it's not going to be very good. I mean, it could be a deal breaker for them. The wounded warrior. This is about we're being wounded but moving on anyway. If you're not on board with this, allowing them to do it, if you don't give them the freedom, they say if you love someone, set them free, right? This is important for them to do. This is a spiritual awakening. They need to find themselves. They need to find their happiness. If you're not on board with that, it's going to hurt them, but they're going to move on anyway. It's time. It's time for them to have this spiritual awakening, so it very well could affect your relationship here. Just depending on how on board with it you are. Like I said, this is the energy, and some people react to this kind of thing as a midlife crisis, or that there's something going wrong, or they're having a breakdown or something like that. And it's not. It is kind of a breakdown, but it's a spiritual awakening. It's a breakthrough. It's getting on purpose, on soul purpose. Getting back in touch with the heart and their fire and their inner child and all of that is a very healthy thing to do. But not many people do it, right? So you probably have done it. So ascension, it's an ascension process. Is the relationship going to weather this storm? That's the big question, isn't it? What was this again? Yeah, seeker. They need to seek it now, empower themselves, stand up for themselves. Could seem to come out of the blue. Well, obviously not now because you've got watching this reading, but it could seem to come out of the blue because they do have that stable kind of an energy there. Romantic feelings. They love you and they're feeling romantic about it. They do want to take you with them. Maybe not on the journey or whatever, but yeah. It's not a rejection of you, is what I'm saying, but it might be a rejection of you if you are standing in the way or not supporting them in doing this. So it's not about them not loving you. They've got romantic feelings for you. Your commitment's being tested and conclusions are within reach. This is a big test of your relationship. Your commitment's being tested. How committed are you to them? How much do you actually love them? Love them enough to set them free and allow them to follow this that's coming from the spirit. I mean, it's divinely guided, this. It's not a reaction or anything like that. So, how committed are you to them? How much do you love them enough to let them do that? You know, is it love or is it attachment? Because if it's just attachment, you're not going to want them to change. You want them to stay right where they are. That's why I got out of my marriage. Because like I said, I wanted to have a private practice. I wanted to have a healing practice, man. My husband didn't want that. He wanted me to carry on working in that thing. And it's like, well, I had to give it up. Because I realized that he didn't love me. It was a sign that he didn't love me for who I am. Because he didn't want me to pursue the things that were in my heart. Well, the relationship had to end and I had to pursue those things anyway, you know. Couldn't take him with me if he wasn't supporting me, so be careful about that. I mean, I'm not saying that this is a relationship that you need to stick with. It's totally up to you, but how committed are you to them and how much do you actually love them? Is it attachment or is it love? Do you really love them? enough to set them free and to do that, or to, and to be by the side while they're doing that, or to still be there for them and wait for them while they're doing that. How committed are you to this? And vice versa for them too. How committed are they to this relationship too? Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. So you're going to have to chill out about this, and it's going to be hard, because no matter what, no, romantic relationships are attachment. Let's face it, they are attachment. They just are. And so there's going to be some level of attachment in there. There has to be, for it to be healthy. Yeah, just as children need a healthy level of attachment to the parents, so we need that in romantic relationships. So, yeah, peaceful. You need to be peaceful about it if this relationship is right for you. It's not a test for you. It might be an indicator for you, like mine was. It was an indicator to me. He doesn't love me. That's not wrong. That's just realizing that he wasn't the right person for me. It doesn't make him wrong for doing that. And so don't make yourself wrong if this is a deal breaker for you. It's like you might just realize, well, this relationship for me was more about attachment than it was about actually loving that person properly. No shade on you for that. Maybe there's someone out there that you will be more committed to. We shouldn't. What I'm trying to say is that we shouldn't be able to commit to everybody. That's not good for us, right? We need to choose wisely. Commit to those that are good for us and we're good for them. So outdated thinking, you're going to have to open your mind here. Replaying events over in your head, that's what they're doing as well here. Opening the mind, replaying events over in the head, they're getting quite angry about it. They've got bitterness, building up here. This is why they're being fueled to make this new decision for themselves. It's an important part of it, I had to get angry to leave that marriage. I had to get to the point where I really knew I had to do it. I had to follow my path. I just couldn't carry on anymore. And I quit everything at once. I quit my job, my corporate job, and I quit my marriage at the same time. Because I'd reached that stage where I was just like, I cannot do this anymore. I can't do any of it anymore. I'm out of here. I need this new life, this new journey kind of thing. I could be getting to that stage. A deep breath. This is not going to be an easy situation at all when this secret comes out. You're going to have a lot of temperance, a lot of inner calm, and really be in your heart about it and be truthful with yourself about it too. Like, you don't have to wait forever for somebody, It's totally up to you whether you do or not. Courage. Building up the courage. I mean, this has got courage all over it. That's what this strength card is about. It's more courage to do this. To step out into the unknown, especially because it's the unknown for them. They don't know what it is that they want to do. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. Just get quiet enough to hear it. Or you have to get angry enough to just do it. No shade. I mean, it's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with anger. It is, or any negative emotion. It's feedback, it's emotional feedback to make a decision. Sometimes it's what's required, just as sometimes we need to hit rock bottom is what's required for us to make a change, especially when it's big change like this. We need a good reason to, because we're creatures of comfort, aren't we? We don't like change, and so we're not going to volunteer it if there's not good reason. So sometimes it takes anger and just being at the end of the line. I remember the moment it was for me. I remember the moment, the minute. It's very clear in my mind when it was at work. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I actually took physical steps back and I'm like, what am I doing here? So it was an awakening. What am I doing here? I'm wasting my life. I can't do this anymore. I've got to get out of it. And and it was, like I said, it was a whole lot for me. I needed to go on this journey. For me, I went through this process and realized that no, I wasn't committed in that relationship, and I recognized that he wasn't either, even though he thought he was. It's just not aware, not at that level of consciousness to realize that he didn't really love me. If he wasn't supporting me, he wasn't really loving me. So I
And so that was cool. It was like, okay, made the right decision, back off from that. Of course, it had its repercussions. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Not even a little bit. So, trying times ahead here. Demystifying the darkness. Oh, okay. So, in your person here, you will have noticed maybe them getting angry, they're getting resentful about things, they're getting, they're showing signs of not being happy. And that's that darkness, and it's all going to come out soon. Focus! For some reason, it doesn't want to focus on these cards. What's it focused on? Anyway, demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. Like I said, the shadow, the negative emotions, it's such important guidance. Like, the spiritual community has really done a disservice to everyone by making negative emotions wrong. They're not wrong. It's some of our most important guidance. Sure, joy and love and all of that is important guidance, but I tell you what, the most important guidance is anger. It's the negative emotions. It's very important. Shadow work is so important, and if you're not doing it, low vibration. I don't care how much you're smiling and how much you're detaching from everything. If you're not doing the shadow work, you're low vibration. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. It's an awakening they're going through. Let's find out more about this secret. I think we've pretty much got the picture now, right? Well, let's get some more cards out because I like cards. Tell us more. Oh, that nearly came out. Yeah, left out in the desert, like just emptiness, like dry and empty, and this is how they're feeling, right? Mirror. Yeah, maybe you're going through something similar to this. Like, I wasn't picking that up, but maybe you are. Mirror. Or it could be something that you've been through before, so you might understand this. Let's get into that in that deeper dive anyway. I wonder when they're going to tell you. What else? Tell us more. Tell us more about this secret. Oh, well, that's interesting. Protection from a powerful friend. Got friends and allies in this. So even if you're truthfully not behind them on this, if you decide, no, it's like I'm actually not committed to this, and that's okay. They do have powerful friends and allies that are going to stick by them. So in other words, you don't need to be codependent on this. You don't need to stick with them out of duty or anything like that. Don't find your self-esteem by being the good wife or whatever and standing by someone if you're feeling like, no, this is attachment. I don't actually want them to do this. I'm not actually in support of them. That shows that I'm not committed. It's okay to be like that. Like I said, it's just showing you that you're not compatible in a way. You're going to be wearing a different hat. You're going to be playing a different role. This is for you. But in fact, you're both going to be playing a different role. So this is going to change the relationship significantly. Of course it will. It's going to change everything. That's why it's contentious, right? And this romance celebration party with the fan here, it's going to be a celebration for them. And it might not be for you, and it might not be for others around you as well. And this could be very triggering, right? Because I recognize this in myself too when I was going through all of that. I felt good. You do when you make a decision that's right for you and your spirit and your own path. It feels really good. And they could be celebrating. And it could feel to some people like the dancing on your grave kind of thing. It's at your loss that they're celebrating. This could be very tricky indeed, because they will be. They'll be elated by it. The spirit will be like having a party, and they will feel good about that. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, or could be your story, could be about the secret that they're holding from you, you might want to get that deeper dive. And so I'll pop a link for it up here. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant download, so do get your email address right. And the email might end up in your junk or your spam folder.
Or it might end up in your promotions folder as well. Be sure to check in there if you've got email. Gmail has the promotions folder. You might not realize that. You'll find a lot of things in there that you've lost or you thought that you never received from people. And yeah, it's a pretty big file because it's a video file. It's not particularly big for me, but if you're on old equipment, it might take some time to download it. So just be careful, just be aware of that. And what else can I tell you about it? I'm going to go into guidance for you in all of this situation here. I'm going to go into the timing of it as well when they make this decision right here to move forward. I'm going to go into guidance for you in this relationship as well. Guidance for you when that announcement happens, and guidance for you in this relationship if it's moving forward, how best to deal with this. So if you're interested in that, get that deeper dive. Do that for you in video form. So there you go. Thank you so much. If this is where you're leaving me, be sure to click on that like button down there and click that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Good luck with this relationship. Otherwise, I'll see you in the deeper dive. Thanks.